All right, hey guys, we're back with the deck profile that I took to the Team Rosemont tournament. This was I played Overlord as uh, you know, it's a very fun deck, and I feel like I high roll with it pretty good. Also, just a very good thing to take to standard and specific. I went with my buddies. We had a team of this. We had Barra Magnus and we had Avant-Garde, and we didn't do super great. We went like 3-4. But this deck went 6-1, and the one loss was kind of just to 6 damage OT, which it's still a thing. But I figured I could go over this real quick, maybe discuss some of the matchups and stuff like that from my day. We are, I believe, maybe a month and a half till the 1 year anniversary of this channel. If there's anything funny that we could do, like a Q&A or anything you guys want, you could leave it down in the comments. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense. Leave comments because I love reading them. And yeah, we'll just get into this. Also, I guess if you guys prefer this layout versus the ones where I go card by card, that would also be something I would leave down in the comments because, I mean, I don't mind doing it either way. I figured since this has already been put relatively recently on the channel, that it would just be easier to go by it like this. So the day consisted of, let's see here, I played against Unica round one, and that was a very easy win for this deck just because if they don't see their crits, they don't do anything. And he didn't see his third crit until his last turn. So it wasn't a very hard matchup for this deck. Round two, I played against Chronojet. The issue with the Chronojet matchup for the guy is he was very concerned when he realized I was going to stay down on a Hallam and just grade 2 game him until he rode up. And when he rode up, I was able to go into the end, call the Ardor Hatchet Dragon, start swinging with twin drive twice, uh, and yeah, so giving up that first grade 3 thing turn was very rough for him. Game or round 3, I played against Unica again, but he hit all 3 crits by his first grade 3 turn, so naturally that was kind of terrifying at first, but it turned into a quick little grind game. We grinded it out, no issues. Very, very easy game. I damage checked 3 of these too, by the way. That's the one thing I remember the most from that matchup. I damage checked 3 of these, and I was like, oh, well, my free discard is just not going to be here this game. That's unfortunate. Game 4 was against, or round 4 was against Lutetia. He did not make it to turn 3 because he just didn't have guard. He kind of with Lutetia, you kind of just play out your whole hand early on, and then you try to like hope that rush when you ride to grade 3, you can kill him on that turn. Um, yeah, it just didn't work out because I just hit him a little harder, um, and he didn't have any guard in hand. Round 5 was against Chronojet again, and the issue was which I had where is it? I had the Order Perfect Guard in my hand from like the very first turn, so I was never like without it, so I wasn't scared like super scared of a Chrono Dragon next stage turn, but I was very wary of it. But he, I guess, only played one Chrono Jet, and he soul charged it, so it just never came up. I never had to worry about it. It was kind of nice. And yeah, that was a. He also didn't respect the grade 2 game, and he just went up straight into grade 3, which I thought was interesting, but I guess maybe he just couldn't tempo it out for a grade 2 game. Round 6 was against Flagberg, and this was my only loss of the day, and it was because he defensive overtriggered, and I had a couple cards left in deck. So my next turn, I could swing with Overlord once, and then and that was it. Like I couldn't swing again. So it was kind of it kind of sucked, but you know, deck out overtrigger, those do happen. And in the last round I played against Youthberg, and Youthberg was a very quick pickup. You know, when you go for because I think in terms of youth, if you're not going into Tempest on your first Revolt dress, you fall behind very quickly because Tempest just nets you 2 free cards that gives you more guarding capabilities. So my opponent went straight into Gust because I went first, and he just didn't get a decent enough hand to like survive the next coming turn. So it it is what it is. Overall, this deck performed very well. Highly recommend if you have been debating about playing Overlord, giving this a shot, because besides that overtrigger, this won every game. This did very good. It performed very well. There's not a lot of changes I'd like to make to this deck. I suppose uh, it's I don't know. The draws were really good. I guess the deck out could have been prevented if I played fronts, but the draws also helped a lot. So you know, I think splitting between these two is very nice. The counter charge comes up, and sometimes you do need the extra shield with this guy. He's also just a big booster, which is very nice. There wasn't a whole lot that I would change about this list. I don't play the Regalis piece because I think it's just a brick in this deck. When they come out with the new ones, like the order card that gives you like 25k shield, that will definitely come in this deck because that's just a very free, you know, 25 shield, and if your opponent over triggers, like you remove some crits, it's very nice, very nice. But yeah, overall, it was a very fun day. Matchups weren't super crazy. You know, I think this deck has a potential to be, if you know how to pilot this deck, you can probably beat out every deck in the current meta. I don't think there's anything remotely better than this. I think, in all honesty, Jet would probably be the only thing that like really gives this deck competition. You could probably say that Ava would be the next best thing, but overall, like I think just with how you're pretty much fanning through 4 cards every turn just through restanding with Twin Drive, you know, you're just bound to outfilter your opponent in a more aggressive way. And yeah, uh, not a whole lot I had to say on this one. Again, I did cover this very recently. I haven't really made any changes. It's the same deck. It's just I wanted to give you the little discussion on how Rosemont went. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. So again, 1 year anniversary for this channel. Leave some comments about fun things we could do for a video or things you would like to see. I have a couple more profiles that I'm gonna start recording up because I got a couple more deck pieces in, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for checking out, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next. Oh yeah, right. Sorry, credits. If you like this style of deck layout, leave it in the comments, and I will continue this one up. All right, and now I'm just gonna, yeah, see you guys.